Afternoon. Hey, live from my car again. It's becoming a bit of a habit, this. I just want to see if I can share this. I want to share this out because this is important, so just bear with me, guys. If anyone's on, I need to share this because I need to get this message out. So just bear with me if you're there. I can't see anyone. Oh yeah, hey Di, hey Dee. How you doing? How you doing, hon? I hope you're good. I'm just trying to share this if I can, because I don't know. I don't do Facebook often, lives often enough to even know how I can. Okay, just bear with me. I'm actually quite nervous about this one because I've got something to say and I don't know if I'll get a backlash from it. I'm outside my son's school. I've come a little bit extra early because I just wanted to make sure I had enough time to talk about it. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous, and I don't know why I shouldn't even be nervous, because I really shouldn't even be nervous. I'm just going to speak my truth. Okay, so there's a couple of you here, and people can catch this on a replay. Feel free to share this out if you want to, guys, because this to me is important for everybody. It's not about me. It's about everybody, right? Hi Amanda. Hi Debbie. Hi Kay. Something happened today, and I'm clicking my pen because I'm angry. I'm really quite emotional about it, and I'm trying not to be judgmental. I'm trying not to. I don't know. I'm trying to find the positive, and I'm trying to be good about it. But I'm upset. I'm angry. I'm confused. So let me start by saying, as most of you that know me or follow me or whatever, you know that I teach dance, you know that I love dance, etc. And some of you will know that I teach dancehall and Afrobeat vibes. I am not an authentic dancehall teacher. I'm not an authentic Afrobeats teacher. And what I mean by that, thanks Amanda, I need to breathe. What I mean when I say that I'm not authentic is that I wasn't born in Africa. I wasn't born in Jamaica. I was born here in the UK. So I haven't lived that lifestyle. I haven't lived that culture. So I cannot say that I'm authentic. I'm of the origin of Jamaica. That's where my family are from. But I was born and bred here in the UK. All right. So I've been raised Black British, whatever they call it these days. All right. So there's certain things about the culture that I cannot say it's authentic to me, because it isn't. I'd be lying. Okay. So when I teach dancehall or Afrobeats, I will always say, and those that dance with me will know, I always say I'm not authentic. If you want authentic dancehall or Afrobeats, I can give you a whole list of teachers that can do that and do that. Okay, I teach what I've learned from them. Sometimes I teach their choreo, and I will always credit the person whose choreo it is. Sometimes I make up my own choreo. And I'm not, by all means am I perfect. Just because I'm black doesn't mean I'm perfect at it. I'm not, okay? But this is what I don't understand, is that in the dance and fitness industry, we have people out there that are teaching these concepts, using black music, following the black culture, dressing like black people, eating black food, going on your holidays to get your little tan in the Caribbean islands or the African islands, whatever you want to call it. But you have an issue with talking about black issues. you don't want to talk about it, but you want to use what we have, but you don't want to talk about it because it makes you feel uncomfortable. Now, listen, I get it. A lot of my friends are white. I'm not anti-white people, and you all know that, right? My kids are mixed race. My ex-husband was white. In fact, all of my relationships, believe it or not, I haven't had many, by the way, but they've all been white. Okay, I've not had a long-term relationship with a black man ever in my life. That's another story for another time, okay? If you want to know about that, I'll tell you. But that is another story for another time. But I can tell you now, I've never had a relationship with a black man, okay? All the relationships that I can count on one hand have always been white men, okay? That wasn't by choice, by the way. It's not because I got anything against my own black men, because I don't. It wasn't by choice. That's what happened. That's how. And like I said, it's another story. I'm not going to go into that now because that's not what this is about. So no one can come and tell me that I'm racist towards white people, because that is not the case at all, right? That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is I do not understand these people that are out there that are taking the black culture and using it to their advantage for whatever their reason, but then can turn around in the same breath and say, but I can't talk about diversity. I can't talk about Black History Month or whatever it is because it makes me feel uncomfortable. To me, that is your issue, not ours. That's your issue. And you need to be asking yourself, why does that make you feel uncomfortable? What is it that makes you feel uncomfortable? Because I get it. I have white friends. I've been doing these regular Zoom meetings. We haven't done one for a while, but we were having during lockdown, we were having a weekly Zoom meeting with a few other ladies. A majority, again, were white with mixed race children. And we spoke about these issues. And my white sisters, I'm going to call them, would say that, they were ashamed about what's happened in the past to black people, and, made them feel bad, and, didn't know how to deal with it. And I get it. I totally get that. I get it, but it's not your fault. You wasn't there in that time. You wasn't there in that time when that stuff went down. So it's not your fault, but I understand why you may be uncomfortable with it. But what you need to do now is try and educate yourself and then educate the other people around you. That's all any of us can do. The more we talk and communicate and try to understand each other, that's how things progress and that's how things get better, right? That's how I see it, right? It's not about attacking each other. It's not about segregating or any of those things. It's about trying to understand the differences in cultures, the differences in how upbringings. My upbringing as a black person is different to another black person's upbringing, right? Somebody that was born and bred in Jamaica's upbringing is completely different to mine. Just because we're black doesn't mean we went through the same things. There'll be similarities that we've experienced. People think, lots of people think I haven't experienced anything. Trust me, I have experienced a lot of things to do with racism. I just don't shout about it because it was the norm. It was the norm, and you grew up just knowing that was the norm, and you just turned your blind eye or just didn't say nothing. It was just that was part of life. This whole Black Lives Matter that blew up after the George Floyd thing, I haven't really come on and said too much, to be fair. I haven't. I've shared a few things. I share a lot of things on my Facebook page, A Sister Who Hustles. And the reason I share it there is because I feel safe to be able to do that there. The people that follow that page are there because they genuinely are interested in what I'm saying. Whereas my actual Facebook profile, I've got thousands of people on here. I don't know you people, and I actually don't feel safe here sometimes to talk about those things because people will openly attack you, and I wasn't ready for that. I didn't want to get into that. So I've shared things here and there on my actual Facebook profile, but I've shared a lot of things on my Facebook page. So I haven't really said too much about it, but I've been listening. I've been engaging in some conversations in different groups. I've had personal one-to-one conversations. We've been having these Zoom calls where we've been sharing our experiences and stuff like that, and I've learned a lot on both sides, right? But I had to come on today because something happened to a friend, my friend Alicia. I've shared her live on my Facebook, so you can go and have a look at that. Alicia is the founder of Mash It Up dance, which I'm also co-founder of, which is this here, our t-shirt, Mash It Up Dance. And we do dance hall and Afrobeats. Afrobeats has just been introduced. That's what we teach. We teach that, okay? And we've got instructors all over the place. Majority of the instructors are white. There's only a few of us that are actually black, but it's not about that. It's about dance, just enjoying dance, right? She received a message from an instructor today, and she sent it to me because she was upset and she didn't really know how to deal with it. And it was from an instructor, and I'm going to try and keep this as short as I can, right? Listen, if you'd heard the voice messages that I sent Alicia, because I was mad, I was really mad, and I'm trying not to swear on here, but I was really mad and I was upset. To cut it short, how this person is feeling, this is what I got from the message, okay, is that, one, she didn't understand why Mash It Up was fusing, I can't even say the word properly now, fusing dancehall with Afrobeats. That was her first point, is that she didn't understand why we're doing that, because the two are two totally different concepts. Okay, so let me just touch on that. Dancehall and Afrobeats are two different styles, but they are also the same and they work well together. Okay, right? And if you are somebody that follows dancehall or Afrobeats, you will see that the mainstream, the people that everybody knows about, the top dancers, choreographers, they fuse the two together more so nowadays than they did before, right? They work hand in hand, okay? Right, they complement each other. You can tell the difference between the two, but they work well together, okay? So Mash It Up has moved with the times and has introduced that, because Afrobeats is something that's hot. People love Afrobeats. They love it. They love the music and all the rest of it. So we've introduced that, okay? It complements each other. It's the same with any other dance. Dance is dance. It doesn't mean because you teach hip hop you can't introduce salsa into it for it, whatever. If you can make it work, make it work. There's a dance, I can't remember her name, Angie I think her name is, and she's in France, and she loves salsa, and she teaches dancehall for Ragga Jam. Well, she did, I don't know if she still does, for Ragga Jam. She's absolutely incredible, right? And she does salsa to dancehall. It's incredible. It's so good, right? There's no rules. You do what you like, as long as you're respectful to people's different cultures and whatever. You do what you like. There's no rules. There's no one saying to you, you can't put dancehall and Afrobeats together. That can't work. Who are you to tell me that? That's for one, right? So I don't understand what the problem is there. She's saying that it confuses her students, it confuses her, and it confuses other instructors, because Mash It Up was supposed to be authentic dancehall. Yes, you're 100% right. In the beginning, when Mash It Up was born, it was meant to be authentic dancehall. But over time, we've realised that, and I was telling Alicia time and time again, you know what, the instructors that are doing the course can never be authentic dancehall teachers. You need to stop calling it that, because you are going to offend those people that are authentic. You can't be going around saying that you're teaching authentic dancehall teachers and you've got somebody that's teaching it, and no disrespect to anybody out there, it looks like Zumba, or it looks like this, it looks like that. You can't do that. If you want it to be that anybody can do this, then do just that. Tell it it's dancehall vibes. Then you're not offending anybody, and also the instructors are not being attacked by people, because some black people can be ruthless. They'll go on your social media and say, what the F are you doing with our music? What the F are you doing with our culture? That's how they are, right? Same with Afrobeats. African people are the same. They will tell you about yourself. So if you're saying, I'm just taking the flavour, and then that's cool, right? So that's what she's done. She's changed that up now. So it's vibes. It's not we are authentic. You can't be saying you're authentic when majority of you are white. You never step foot in Jamaica. You never step foot in Africa. That can't work, right? That can't work. I'm black. I can't say I'm authentic. And I've been to Jamaica. I haven't been to Africa. Hopefully one day, but I haven't. I can't, right? That's my view on it. That's my take on it, right? Exactly, Diane. Like, seriously, I'm so mad right now. If I start swearing, I apologise right now. but I'm so mad at people's ignorance. And then when they try and turn it around like you're the one that's in the wrong, you're like, really? Who are you talking to? So that was her first thing. The second thing, which really got me, was she and her students and other instructors, whoever they are uncomfortable that Mash It Up have been promoting Black history and diversity within the Black Lives Matter. Let me just say that again. They have a problem with the fact that Mash It Up is supporting Black History Month and Black Lives Matter. But you're teaching dancehall and Afrobeats. You're dancing to black music. I'm shaking. Yeah? But that's okay. So I'm not reading out the message, but it makes them feel uncomfortable. Okay? That we're doing that. Makes them feel uncomfortable. Her and her students aren't comfortable, and they feel I can't remember if it was embarrassed or ashamed or something along them lines, right? Don't quote me on exact words because I haven't got the message in front of me, right? I've just written a few notes so I don't forget anything. Okay, this person is white. No disrespect to, like I said, to my white friends, because you know that I'm not like that, right? You're coming to another white person. Alicia is white Polish, and you're telling her that one, dancehall and Afrobeats can't work together, and two, why like promoting Black Lives Matter and Black History Month like makes us feel uncomfortable, like, you know, it's mixed messages and people are confused and we don't know like whether we should be doing this or whatever. Really, listen, it's not anyone else's issue if you're uncomfortable but yourself. You need to ask yourself the question, and this, I'm talking to anybody on here that may feel the same. You need to ask yourself the question, why do you feel uncomfortable? And if you want to talk about it, go and talk to someone about it. Have that conversation. I'm not saying that you can't feel uncomfortable or you can't feel away or be confused. That's cool, like that's expected. Go and talk to someone about it. I do not know everything. I've learned a lot about my history over the last several months. Things I didn't know, I had no clue about. I've learned, and I'm black, yeah, in case you didn't realise, yeah. I've learned a lot, and there's still so much to learn. Like, it's draining, but it's important because I have to share that with my children. There's things that have come up that I didn't even consider, like, for my boys until this whole movement blew up. Now, and let me just tell you, with the Black Lives Matter, I believe in the hashtag, like what it stands for, but the actual movement behind it from the US, I'm not too sure about them because I've read some things about them people, but so I'm separating the two, right? I'm hijacking it. The Black Lives Matter, yes, and that was the other thing. This person had the audacity to put in the same sentence, almost, I'm not racist, I spoke to my black friend, and all lives matter. Okay then. This is what I'm talking about. The All Lives Matter thing, let me tell you, in the beginning, I was like, well, what's the point? Everybody, all lives matter. I was saying it as a black person. And then I quickly realised when I was reading things and I educated myself, okay, I get it now. I get it now. I know what you're saying. I don't use it anymore. I haven't used it for a long time, right? I get it now. Not one black person, as far as I'm aware, on this planet is saying, our lives matter, but the rest of you can fuck off, basically. I'm going to start swearing now, sorry. Right? No one's saying that. We know that, you know this, right? I shouldn't have to explain that to you. Okay? Like, seriously, that's common frigging sense, no? shouldn't have to explain that to you. Yes, all lives matter. But at the moment, there's a particular race of people whose lives constantly, time and time again, it's been proven that nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. Okay? All right? And that's what's frustrating, that people don't get it. They don't get it, right? But you want to use our music. You want to wear our clothes. You want to get our skin colour when you go on your little holiday. You want to eat our rice and peas. But you don't want to stand up for your friends of colour because it makes you feel uncomfortable. Really? Listen, I'm just saying, if there's anybody in dance and I'm just talking about the dance and fitness industry, but it does go as a whole thing, right? You can't have it both ways, I'm afraid. You cannot. So, like I said to Alicia with this girl, like, she's not a friend of mine. We're not friends on Facebook. I don't know if she'll see this or not, and she may get offended. Listen, darling, I'm sorry if you get offended. I am not trying to offend you. I am not trying to out you either. But you need to check yourself, I'm afraid. Okay? You need to check yourself, because all that bullshit you wrote, none of it made any fucking sense. None of it made any sense, okay? And it was offensive. And it was downright rude, okay? You can't be... Who are you to come and tell someone else about a culture that does not belong to you? What are you talking about? And what conversations are you having with your people to even have come to Alicia with that message in the first place? You need to be asking yourself that. If someone's coming to you and saying, oh, you know what, I went on your page, you know, and I saw a post about Black History Month and it made me feel a certain way, you need to ask that person, well, what then? Black History Month didn't start this year. How many years has it been running? And it's not just Mash It Up that's promoting Black history. That's around the world, no? Am I wrong? Correct me, am I wrong? So what are you talking about? Exactly what are you talking about? Listen, I'm so... I just cannot understand. People, you need to educate yourself. If you're not for black people or people of colour, whether that's black, Asian, I don't know, whatever, people that are non-white, fine. That's your choice. You have a right to choose, right? Then stay away from them. But that also means stay away from their culture, stay away from anything they produce, don't be eating their food, and don't be taking their fucking money. You're out there teaching classes, you're earning a living, whether that's £20, £50, £100, thousands of pounds, you're earning from the backs of the same people that you do not want to support. I'm sorry, darling, that cannot work. That cannot work, and you need to check yourself. Because you are part of the frigging problem that we have in the first place. Race shouldn't even be an issue. In my eyes, race shouldn't be an issue. When I say I don't see colour, what I mean by that is I don't judge people by the colour of their skin. I don't, never have done. If I don't like you, it's because of something you've done to me or something. There's a reason for it. But it's never going to be because of the colour of your skin. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. I don't care who you are. Okay? Right? You are part of the problem. How are we ever going to get some kind of even playing field when we've got people out there like that? Like, seriously, I just don't get it. If you are in the industry and you're representing black culture in some way, then make sure you're representing it correctly. And I don't mean that you're getting the steps right or this right or that right. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you cannot be doing that and then saying, but I'm not going to support Black History Month or talk about it because it makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm not going to talk about diversity because it makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm not saying that you have to go on your Facebook and plaster your whole wall with Black Lives Matter or whatever it is. That's not what I'm saying. I don't do that. I don't do that. Okay? I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is if the conversation comes up, then you support it and you try and understand it and you try and educate yourself or you try and educate somebody else. If you know something, you educate the next person. So hopefully it spreads out and and people are learning and understanding each other better, and that's how we come together as one. And that's how I see it. Maybe I've got a warped imagination. I don't know. That's how I see it. Okay, but I just don't understand. And I don't normally do, but people, I don't do posts like this. I really don't. And there'll be people out there who will say, oh, that's going to damage you, because, people won't want to come to your classes anymore, or people won't want to buy your makeup anymore because you went on there and you outly spoke. I don't care. Listen, like, when I started teaching online, and this was all blowing up, the whole Black Lives Matter was going absolutely crazy. I went into my WhatsApp group and in my Facebook group, and I said, I can't remember what I said now, but I know I said, like, if anyone has an issue with me sharing anything to do with this, then I suggest you leave now, because I don't want anybody in my dance class that is not pro-black. You can't be dancing with me, because the music I use is dancehall and Afro beats mainly, and hip hop and stuff. You can't be dancing with me and then out there and spouting off some nonsense. No, you can't be doing that. So I'd rather you just leave. Like, I'm sad to see you go, and I'm sad to see that you feel that way, but fine. But I'd rather that than you be standing in there smiling in my face. And I love you, SJ, and I love your classes. But then you're going out, and in the next breath you're saying, oh, no, that can't work for me. I'm sorry. So if there's anyone on my Facebook that sees that and thinks, oh, SJ's gone all black on me, I'm sorry. I'm black. Yeah? And I haven't gone all black on you. I'm just speaking my truth. And I'm speaking up for my friend, because she is white, she is Polish, and she struggled today with trying to express how she felt, because she was also scared of offending. She didn't want to be saying anything that was going to offend anybody out there. So I'm speaking up for her, standing up for her, like she's standing up for me. She created this t-shirt not for publicity, not because, it means I get more likes or mash it up. She did that to try and show support, and that she's giving back from a culture that she loves, and she's teaching and she's sharing. Any opportunity that she can give back to that culture, that's what she's trying to do. She doesn't always get it right, and when she gets it wrong, I tell her she gets it wrong. Like, it's that simple. So I just, I don't understand. I'm never going to understand this whole racism thing. I'm never going to understand. And the people that say I'm not racist, I'm never going to understand you. I never, because you don't seem to want to listen and use those ears that God gave you, yeah? God gave us 2 ears for a reason, for us to listen. You want to just spout your nonsense, but you don't want to hear what anyone else has got to say. And when somebody tells you, you're like, oh, you're all offended. Oh, you got me all wrong. That's not what I meant. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And da-da-da-da. No, actually, darling, go and reread your message. Reread it. And actually, why don't you take that message and why don't you physically, with your mouth, read that message out to the one black friend that you got. And let me see the response that black friend of yours will have when they see those words that you said. You have an issue or whatever it is, like feel uncomfortable with the fact that we're putting up Black History Month and Black Lives Matter. Go and tell that to your black friend, and then come back and talk to me. Yeah? Like, it's just a whole, it's just madness. It's just madness. It's like the same thing with the Pure Gym thing. Like, listen, I've been laughing about it because I have to laugh about it, because I actually feel sorry for the guy that did it, because I'm like, you idiot. You absolute fool. Like, what made you think that was going to be okay in this climate? I heard that it's a post that he's been doing for the last 2 years or something. I don't know, on Black History Month. I don't know, whatever. The fact it didn't get picked up before now goes to show you, doesn't it? People just turn their blind eye. Because if he put that up last Black History Month and nobody said nothing and it was okay, I get why he put it up to this one, because it was okay last year. It's not okay this year because, it's in the media, so we're all going to start shouting and screaming about it. Oh my God, this is so outrageous. And It is outrageous. Yeah, 100% it is outrageous. It was a stupid idea. The fact that he was black made it even worse. Stupid idea. But did you not think that last year, Pure Jim? Did you not think last year when he put it up that that was a bad idea? Did you not think the year before that that was a bad idea? No, you didn't, because you got clients from that, yeah? You filled up your classes on the back of our ancestors' 12 years a slave, yeah? That was okay then. It was okay then, but it's not okay now because it's in the media and we don't want no bad publicity. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to throw him under the bus. You put it up so you can go up and you can make the apology and let everybody see you're black. It's your people. You go out there and you put your hands up and we'll throw you under the bus and we'll suspend you. I mean, I don't know if the guy's lost his job completely now. I have no idea. Wouldn't be surprised because the media attention it is gained. I wouldn't be surprised if they have no choice but to let him go. I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for him because he's not the only one responsible. The people above him that allowed it to run last year and the year before and this year, they are responsible just as much, if not more so, than him. But I bet they're not going to be held accountable. I bet the majority of them are white. No disrespect intended, that's facts. Yeah? Like, I don't understand. And if there's anybody on my Facebook that is not pro-diversity in any shape or form, get off. Get off now. All right? Listen, I'm sure I won't miss you. Okay? And listen, bless, release, and love you where you're at. Okay? That's all I can say about that. Bless, release, and love you where you're at. Okay? But I cannot have people in my circle or around me that have these views and opinions and are not open to learning and digging deeper and finding out more about different people's cultures and accepting people for who they are. I cannot. I just cannot. My soul can't take it. All right? It cannot. Okay? So if you are one of those people, get off now. Simple as that. And if you are a person of influence out there, whether you're teaching dance, whether you're, I don't know, one of these mindset coaches, or, you know, you're of influence and people look up to you and you have those similar views, check yourself. Check yourself. Okay? And learn. Or get out of those professions. Right? Don't be using other people's cultures and not be willing to stand up for those people. That's an absolute no-no. It's an absolute no-no. And I don't just mean for black people. It could be anything. That would be like, I don't know, let me think of an example. Bhangra. Okay? It'd be like somebody teaching Bhangra classes but actually don't like Indian people, don't like Asian people. Yeah, for whatever reason, or aren't comfortable with an Asian person turning up in a sari. That makes me feel uncomfortable. But you're teaching my culture in your classes, but you're uncomfortable with the fact that I've got a sari on. It's the same thing. You can't be doing that. Just be real. Just be real in it. At least we know where we stand. At least we know where we stand then with you. Okay, it's really that simple. Honestly, people are insane. Insane. They're insane. I didn't mean to go on this long, people, but I'm so passionate about it because not just because I'm black, like this could be about anything and I'd be saying the same thing. Like, my eyes have been open so much. In the past, we were not woke enough and let things slide. Absolutely, Leary, but now it's not the time. We ain't taking no shit no more. Leary, listen. All right, let me give you an example, because somebody said to me during lockdown, I shouldn't take these things personally. Okay? Because it's not happening to me. Okay, let me give you an example. My son is 13, my eldest. Normal 13-year-old boy, mixed race, big afro hair. That's how he likes it. He likes his hair big. Okay? He likes his hoodies. He's never been in trouble. So far, touch wood. He's a good kid. He wore a mask to go to the shop because I told him he had to wear a mask. This is when in the very beginning. And what do you think happened? And listen, I didn't even think about it. People treated him differently because he had a mask on and his hoodie on. And he's a mixed race child. He's not even dark. Okay? I had to start thinking, I can't just send my son out the road with a mask on. Because if he's out there with a couple of his friends with a mask on and he's got a hoodie, he's going to be perceived a certain way. And I don't even live in London. I live in Hertfordshire. But he's still going to be perceived a certain way. So now I have to clue him up. I have to educate him on how to keep himself safe and how to for him to make other people feel comfortable. So they don't feel threatened when they see him walking down the street. That's just one example. One example. But I shouldn't take it personally. I have to take it personally because the world makes me take it personally. It's not because I want to take it personally. The world makes it take personally. Another situation, he went into a shop, I think it was JD Sports or something, with his friends, and they had the hoodie up. You know, like they do. It was in the school holidays. It was before COVID, way before COVID. It was way before any of this shit kicked off. And he went to the shop, and you know, young boys. I think it was one of the first times that I let him go to, we call it town in Watford. To town by himself with his friends, and they went and they were just browsing around the shop, and they went into JD Sports really excited just to look at the trainers, and they got asked to leave. Why? Because they had their hoods up. So then Reese put his hood down and he still got asked to leave. Like, he was upset. He came home upset, and I had to explain to him, Reese, when you go out you cannot wear your hood up. Okay, you have to make sure your face is fully visible. Make sure your hands are fully visible so they can see you ain't putting nothing in your pocket. You ain't taking nothing out of your pocket. He's 13. These are things that I didn't even consider. It didn't even cross my mind that I'd have to do these things. But I'm having to do these things because at the end of the day, I know my kids are mixed race. You people out there see them as black boys. You see them as black boys. When something goes wrong, he's a black boy. That's it. End of. Bottom line. That's not me. That's the world. Okay? So I have to do certain things now that I just never even thought about before. That's not me taking it personally. That's not me going on black on you or anti-white. That isn't the case at all. That's how the world is. And unless we all come together and start opening our ears and listening to each other and trying to learn and educate, it's forever going to be that way. In fact, it will just get worse. So you can't be telling people like me not to take it personally. You can't be telling people like me I'm being overprotected or I'm overcautious or whatever. You can't be telling me all of those things because you're not walking in my shoes. You're not walking in the next black person's shoes. You don't know until you ask the question. You wouldn't know that unless you asked me. You wouldn't know if I've been subject to racism or not unless you asked me, because I'm not shouting the roof about it. Most black people are not shouting the roof about it. They're not. Okay, so you may think your neighbour, they've never experienced black issues or racism ever, because I haven't told you about it. But if you ask them, they may well tell you, well, actually, this and this happened, and it may shock you to your core and be like, oh my God, I would never, because we don't talk about it, as black people don't really talk about it, to be fair, because it's the norm. It's the norm. I've got a new car, okay? I haven't showed it off on Facebook, I haven't, but I have a new car. And it's a total upgrade from the car I used to have. I used to own a Ford Focus. This is a total triple upgrade from that, okay? And you know why I haven't shared it? Because I don't want people to judge me a certain way because of the car that I now drive. And in the first month or two of driving it around, I was nervous because I was like, oh my God, this is going to draw attention. And is it going to attract the wrong kind of attention? Every time I saw a police car, I was like, oh my God. My only saving grace is that I'm female. If I'm honest, the only saving grace is that I am female. And please correct me if I'm wrong, because I could have it wrong, but black females don't seem to get as much racism or judgment as a black man. which is again shocking, but it is what it is. So that's my only saving grace, is that I'm female. Okay. But I was nervous, and still now, even when I'm driving around, you know, I see a police car and I'm like, I'm extra careful. I'm extra careful. I really am, because I have to be. I have to be. Like, it's just the way it is. Like, you know, I wish I didn't have to be, but it is. It's the norm. So I don't even think about it. I'm not doing that and then ringing up my friend and saying, oh my God, la, 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 la. I'm not. But since the Black Lives Matter thing, I can tell you one thing. I don't trust people around me. I saw some bullshit in a lot of the groups that I'm in, from people that I see on the street, that I know are acquaintances, and I saw some things that they were saying, and I'm like, and you now now we're out of lockdown, you now want to still come and smile in my face. You do know your comments are public on Facebook, right? People can see what you've written. I can't be talking to you right now. I can't be smiling in your face right now. So no, you know what? I ain't going to say nothing to you, but I'm certainly not going to be having any conversations with you about nothing. I'm not. I saw how I was attacked in one group for going to a protest, how I was ripped to shreds about how disgusting it was that I'd gone to a protest in the middle of a pandemic, and people stripped me apart in one group that I took the post down in the end, because I was like, wow, I didn't expect that. The only reason why I shared it was to show how well Watford had handled the protests and how well it was, you know, people were social distancing and things like that. It's the only reason why I shared it, to say, look at this, because we'd just all seen the videos from London and it was just madness. So I wanted to show, actually, Watford did it and it was great. You know, it was really well done. People stripped pieces out of me, and I just thought, wow, these are people that I see. I can't do it. So now I keep myself to myself. Thank God for the lockdown, because I think I might have been locked up by now, to be honest, if I had actually been out on the street at that time. Thank God for the lockdown. I was able to keep myself to myself, and I still keep myself to myself. I have those people in my corner that I know, and that's it. Anyone else, I smile and wave, hi. But that's as far as it goes, mate. That's as far as it goes. I don't know who to trust right now out there. I never felt like that before, but I do now. I certainly most definitely do now. But anyway, look, I'm not going to keep going on. I've got 5 minutes. 5 minutes until Levi comes out of school. When you're living in Essex, like I do, the coups can be real racist. Big time. I don't understand, Matthew. I don't understand, Leary. Imagine that you have to go to those lengths to change your behaviour because of your car you drive in. Exactly, Leary. I shouldn't have to do that. Tell me, people, how many of you go out and buy a new car, and does it ever cross your mind, oh my God, what's going to happen when I'm driving this around? Tell me. It's just like, yes, Susie, be a male, let you know who's who, for real. Absolutely, 100%, 100%. My mate get that because he drives a nice car. Exactly, Matthew, this madness. It's not about walking by your side. It's about trying to understand the shoes you've been walking in. As Abby, yep. Just understand, isn't it? It's just understand. Like, nobody, unless you've experienced it, you could never fully understand, I guess, right? Like, I can't understand what my ancestors went through. I wasn't there in that time. I can't imagine what that must have been like. Like, I just can't imagine. I wasn't there at that time. But I can understand and learn about it and empathise with it. Okay? And it's okay to get things wrong. It's okay to get things wrong. And put your hands up and say, I got it wrong. I misunderstood or whatever. But you can't be going around and trying to change things up to make you feel more comfortable. No. It can't work, I'm afraid. I'd had a very serious conversation with my daughter about her friends and how she needs to watch out for them and keep her friends safe. When I learned parents were having conversations with their children about how to act around police and how to not wear hoodies, etc. My child will be the child next to yours. That's right. Yeah, Crystal. Exactly that. It takes that as well, you know, like, I saw a video a little while ago, and it was a black boy with, was it 2 black boys and a white boy? I can't remember now. It's outside the supermarket, and 2 black boys got picked up. They were waiting in the queue to go in the shop. 2 black boys got picked up by the police and searched there on the spot. And the white boy that was with them, they didn't touch him. They just left him alone. That is what's going on. But it does take for the white friends to stand in and say, what are you doing? Like, we're all together. So if you're going to search them, you need to search me as well. If you think we look suspicious or we've done something, then it does. So Crystal, you're 100% right. Like, you need to be teaching our kids to stand up for one another, and we need to be teaching our kids diversity. If you're not a parent that's doing that, and you're letting your child believe that white privilege is way above above anybody else that's not white, then you're part of the problem too, I'm afraid. You're part of the problem too. We're never going to get diversity. It starts at home. It starts in school. All of them places. I think it's maybe too late for our generation and above. But the younger generation, we can make an impact, people. We really can. We really can. If we start teaching our children. Listen, it's not going to happen overnight. I know this. It's not going to happen overnight. 100%. Could not believe it when my daughter told me how often her boyfriend gets stopped. It's madness, Dee. It's the way it is, isn't it? It's madness. It's just proper madness. But I'm calming down now. Thank you, people. I'm calming down now, because I was very, very angry. Very, very angry. So like I said, because I'm going to go, I've got 1 minute until my son comes out. Like I said, people, look after yourself and each other. Learn from each other. Try to understand. You don't understand something, you don't get something, ask the question. Get it wrong. That's fine to get it wrong. Keep asking the question. Keep trying to educate yourself. Keep trying to learn. But don't be telling people what they should and shouldn't do about something that isn't yours to talk about. Okay? You can't be doing that. If something makes you feel uncomfortable, ask yourself why that's making you feel uncomfortable and explore that. Even go to your friends and say, you know what, like, I've seen this and I feel really uncomfortable about it. I'm not really sure or whatever, and talk about it. There's nothing wrong in doing that. There's nothing wrong in doing that. But don't be trying to make people amend what they're doing to make your life more comfortable so you can just brush it under the carpet. That's not right, and it's not fair. It really isn't. Okay? So, like, again, for this person that sent this message to Alicia about mash it up, promoting BLM and mash it up, promoting diversity and Black History Month. Please, darling, go and check yourself. Yeah, go and talk to Alicia again. If you want to talk to me, come and talk to me. Like, I will tell you straight. Yeah, you pissed me off to no end, right? But I'm open to talking to you about it and trying to help you understand what it means. But if you're not open to that, then, like Alicia said in her live video, then maybe MRU isn't the place for you. Maybe it's not the place for you. You need to ask yourself that question. It really is that simple. Yeah, like, no one's saying that you can't do it. You can, by all means, be an MRU instructor. But if you have those views and you're not open to learning and talking about it and understanding better, then I really don't think it's the place for you. I really don't. That's my take on it. Anyway, I think the kids are out. Are they out? Yeah, I think they're out. So I'm going to go and get my boy. Hit me up if anyone wants to talk. If anyone's got any questions. I don't know everything, guys. I really don't. I don't know everything. But I am open to open discussions. I'm open to talking. Alicia said earlier, if you want to do a Zoom chat and people want to air their opinions, their views, their experiences, I'm open to that as well. Just hit me up, like, comment here or PM me, whatever. I'm sorry I went on for so long. I'm sorry I was so angry. I'm sorry for the swearing. You know that isn't me normally, but I'm so yeah, that's all I can say. Yeah, anyway, I better go and get my boy. Mwah! Thank you, everybody. I will catch you later.